Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aries, this is your general reading starting today on the 15th of February, and I've set the time frame for you to somewhere mid-February till mid-March of 2021. So with a general reading, basically anything and everything can come out. So let's see what's going on for you for this upcoming time frame. Aries. We're doing it foundational energy here first, sort of have the basics, and then we're building this story from there. So please go on this little journey with me. Ooh. I feel like there's one more card. Two cards has popped up out already. By the book, number 11. A New Life, number 39. And there's one more in here. That one's out. I feel it. There we go. Actually, two. Aww. Soulmate and co-create. 40, co-creation with the universe, and soulmates, number 41. So we have such a beautiful 39, 40, 41. There's such a beautiful process here. So we're gonna go into each and we're gonna go into each and every one of these energies. Is what I'm trying to say. Tough one. By the book. As I said that, it just really feels like almost like you should buy that book. If you've been thinking about buying a book, you should buy it. So maybe go buy a book or buy a course. You've been looking at a course online or something. You should go for it because it really will benefit you. So maybe this is just for one or two people, but you will go like, okay, I will. You will know who you are. This is like an opportunity to go. Because I see the rest of the cards, we had the new life, the co-creation, and the soulmates coming out. And this is like, okay, so we've done it by the book before. You've been a good student. You've done what you're supposed to do. Like you've followed. If there's a belief system you have, if there's some sort of faith that you have, if you were instilled this faith by your ancestors or parents or whatnot, teachers, priests, whatever. There's something saying, okay, we need to, because you're moving out of something old and coming into something new with a double new beginning there with number 11, you're dreaming about another life. You're dreaming about a different life. And I feel like it's for almost everything because of the cards coming out after it. In order for you to receive that, you need to take a different route. See, if there's a belief system you followed before, if there's some sort of faith that you've been following before, and you haven't reached the destination of what you want, you need to change it up. And it's like I almost want to say, I don't care if you say, well, geez, I'm sorry to go into such depth here, and I know it's probably going to upset some people, but there's something about saying like, okay, I need to go where Jesus went, or what Jesus is telling me to do. Well, if Jesus has told you to do something for 20 years and it hasn't worked, you can't continue to listen to Jesus. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be Jesus whatsoever. That analogy maybe doesn't fit for you whatsoever. I think you know what I mean though. If you have a strong belief system about something and you're devoted your freaking whole life to it, and you want to experience this type of, you might not have to throw the belief system out altogether, but you need to change something that you have done up until this point. We need to not do it by the book anymore. Like you followed in line, we did the mainstream stuff here. We did it as everybody else says, that this is how you do it in order to get what you want, or in order to shift something, or in order to create or manifest something. If it hasn't worked for you, I strongly suggest that you take this inspired message that is coming through here today and try it a different way. Because the 11 is the dreams that you have, the fantasies that you have, the visions you have about your future, about what you want to see. And you're going to step into this new life. new manifested life. Number 39 there. So 3 is all about passion and creativity and joy and fun and celebrations. Number 9 talks about the ending of the old and coming into the new. It's also wish fulfillments happening. It's the unconditional love being on the table. If you add those up, we have number 12, which is the masculine energy, which is the manifestational energy. It's stuff that makes it happen. It's okay, I'm going to read from the book. New life. 39. 30. Takes a little bit of time here. 39. New life. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, new life renewing itself. Renewing itself. That's exactly it. We need to look at it from a different standpoint, from a different perspective. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. It's interesting because we are sort of, it's super, super wintry here in Sweden. I'm sitting in Sweden and it's like it's winter all around. It's freezing cold, which is it's creating this most beautiful winter time. And yet you can sense the spring birds. You can sense that nature sort of is waking up again. It's really, really beautiful. So there is a little bit of spring in the air. Of course, this is going to be more of the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it's going to be, you're probably still full on summer, but you're feeling the shifts going towards autumn. So that's the shift for you. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight. Birds return home and sing their glorious song. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is the time of good fortune. Because we have the soulmates on the table, I'm going to read out the relationship message as well. Or usually I will just go for the prosperity message, but I will go for the relationship message as well. New energy enters old relationships. And new relationships are bursting with a sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. There's so much about the shift of winter coming to spring that there's a manifestation happening. So I'd say like somewhere March, April time, there is a shift. And I felt this March thing for quite a while. Like there's some beautiful shift happening in March. And I mean, we have spring coming in, so there is a shift there season wise anyway. But there's something shifting there for you for sure, Aries. Aries, isn't that your when is your season coming up? Isn't that your season? Your birthday season? Is that March, April somewhere? Or is that April and later? Okay, I don't know. I just want to point out here what I feel like. There's a new energy enters old relationships. Like there's a renewal. If we did something the olden way before, it doesn't work anymore. We need some new energy coming into this. And that's exactly what's happening. And new relationships are bursting with a sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. So there is a new relationship for some of you guys coming in when we're just stepping out of winter and coming into spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. So it's so beautiful. And then prosperity message. You have every reason to be optimistic right now, as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. If it's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you now. I mean, if that is not just beauty all around, I don't know what is. This is like probably the most beautiful energy to get, because it's a new energy entering into each and every one of your areas. And we have a new life here. So it's not saying we have new relationship, we have new career, we have new finances, we have a new life. It's a whole freaking life. And the shift seems to be happening somewhere around winter coming into spring. And I feel like probably like March, April there somewhere. But always, always, always is up to you. Like Aries, if you feel like that's even too far away, shift your energy. You can't continue to, there's something about here very strongly. You can't continue to do it the old way, or you're not going to see this happening. I'm sorry. So there's a change. There's a new energy coming in. There's a new way of doing things, doing it differently. If you're doing something, you know the old saying that, and then I can't think of it. It's something along the lines of, you know, trying to repeat the exact same patterns and expect a different outcome. It's not brilliant, you know. But to just really change how you view things, or if you get on board with something that you think is going to shift things and you do it one day and then you stop, it's not going to shift anything. You just have to continue on this new path of yours. 39 leading to 40s. I love the numerology process here. We have the dreams and visions and everything with the master number 11 leading to this, starting to see this new life coming in for you, 39, into co-creation with the universe, number 40. That is when your heart fully opens up. We have a full circle when it comes to your heart center. So you probably have wished for certain things, a lot of certain things, to create this new life for yourself. And it's coming full circle. You're starting to actually see your, I love how this is like the leopard here sitting with this particular pattern, which then is the offspring with this particular pattern. And like we have a pattern, like a pattern is mönster in Swedish. Like a pattern is a certain how it looks, but a pattern is also what you repeat, right? And I love how we have the same pattern on the cat as you do on the egg. So it's like whatever you have been, you're creating in the world around you. And now because we have the co-creation here, it's like you are coming into alignment with wisdom. You are coming into alignment with the universe and with your inner being. And so your offspring, your egg, that you're now sort of hatching is to your liking. Whatever you're starting to create right now and whatever's going to start to come into fruition around springtime is to your liking. This co-creation is like probably, if this is the most wonderful card to get, this is probably like in terms of creating stuff, this is just you, it's talking about you're more and more coming into alignment. We see this pure, wise alignment going on here across the board. It's like you're settling in to your new ways more and more and more. And don't judge yourself for not sort of picking it up like immediately. Give yourself a little bit of space. And even though you say, well, I've given myself space for 20 years to do this freaking thing that doesn't work, and so now I'm shifting it up and I want to start to see manifestations. Go easy on yourself, because the minute you start to judge that it hasn't happened, or the minute you start to judge yourself that you're doing it the wrong way, still I can't create whatever this is that you want to create, that's just going to hinder. You're going to eventually get there, because when stuff like this picks up momentum and the momentum becomes too strong, you can sort of put your head through a wall and it's still going to manifest because the momentum is too strong. It's just way more fun to have your head out of the wall and sort of enjoy whatever is around you. And so this beautiful process from 39 to 40 is just showing that it has come full circle. You're starting to see the manifestations of what you have put out there. And you're going to like it because it's in a connection with the universe. Also coming out is soulmates. So there's a person that you also are longing for. There's a person coming in for you. Number 41 speaks about the process again. So there's something about first getting your ducks in a row, like the expression of first organizing yourself. First look at it, whatever it is that you have been trying to manifest. Look at it from a different viewpoint. Look at it from a different perspective. And like first organize yourself, your connection with your inner being. And perhaps a little bit more towards like work and home and whatever those things are. And it feels like the soulmate connection is happening a little bit more towards not the end, but if you want to create a new job for yourself right now, if you want your finances to get up, if you want a new health regime, if you want to move into a new house, whatever this is, it's like, okay, so we do those things first. And then we have the connection with the soulmate. So it feels like you don't start with the soulmate and then comes the house and a job and blah, blah, blah. It's like we're starting with all the other stuff. It's going to grow you also spiritually, vibrationally, so that you're like heightening your energy as you go. And so you become more and more in alignment with this beautiful soulmate. Number 41. So again, it's a heart matter. And it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning in love for you. And as you add those up, we have number 5 there, which speaks about a great opportunity for change here. And we see that across the board. There's a great opportunity for change. So this new life, what does that mean for Aries, please? And all the decks I'm using I've listed down below in the description box if you're interested in them. Okay. So this new life is your destiny. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's supposed to happen. It's happening now, Aries. It's like, okay, so maybe you have been trying to 30 different ways of doing certain things, and it just hasn't really come to the whole of life, the whole magical life that you've been wanting to see. It just hasn't really happened for you. And with the pandemic and all of it, like things shut down and you haven't fully been able to maybe see everybody you want to see. Maybe others haven't been able to see you. It's an end of delay. The Destiny card, the Wheel of Fortune, is talking about an end of delays, and we're slowly going to start to see. So maybe this pandemic thing, if I dare to say, we're going to see something lighten up around March and April, because I feel like you're going to be able to move around way more freer and probably see more people way more freer than we've had in the past. There's a completion. So you're so done with the old, it sort of makes you almost want to throw up. I'm sorry for being so harsh and so like blunt, but it's like it feels like you're so over this old energy. So whatever has made you shift this, even if you sort of almost had to put your head through the wall or really have to get sick and a lot of stomach flus, really upset in your stomach, or like whatever this has taken for you to get to this point where you go, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time to just have my new life now. Then good for you, because this is destiny, is the clarification of a new life. So we have a completion. You're done with the old. You're awakening your solar plexus. And I just have to say, there's so many readings now that I've done that the solar plexus, we're talking about over and over again, how the solar plexus is coming alive. So there's some sort of activation of solar plexus in a new way. Solar plexus for me, in the olden ways, we're talking about self-worth, self-confidence, manifestation, basically. It's like you tried each and every version of yourself up until this point. I just feel like the difference now is like we've done it in a way before. Maybe you try this new thing on a surface level, But at the core level, you're still the same. You haven't changed all that much about yourself. And then you move on to the next thing. And you try this new version of yourself and this new topic and this new surface level. But it hasn't really changed anything to the core. And then we move on to the next thing. And it's on a surface level. And it's very physical, you know, on the surface level. But on the core level, you haven't really changed. And then you move on to the next phase. You get it. It can be a while for me to sit here. And it's like, and now we're opening up something like a crystal. There's a new opening here of the solar plexus area. The solar plexus energy center is shifting for the collective. I don't know really what it means. I just know that it has come up over and over again. There's some sort of awakening going on in your very solar plexus, which is your center for manifestation. And as I see this, it's like, okay, we're trying one more new thing here. And for the first time, it might, again, be something new on the surface level. Physically, it looks new. And the reason why it's going to work this time is because you're shifting at a core level now. This is like crystal diamond awakening state of the solar plexus going on there for you. And so because you're shifting not only on the surface level, but also on your insides, like on your at a core level, you're now stepping into your destiny. How beautiful is that? And then we want to clarify co-creation, please. Creation. There you go. Patience and planning, how fitting. Number 7. So patience and planning, this again, it's just talking again about, okay, so we're co-creating this with the universe now. We see this blueprint. It's like you've had this sketch. It's almost like saying 11 here again, like the dream about what you've been wanting to see, the sketch, the drawing on a piece of paper. How then next to it is the full manifestation. You see how one is sort of looking almost like you're scrambled, like you drew it on a piece of paper, and out comes the real thing. And we see the seasons changing behind it. It's like with the winter and then coming summer and spring and fall. It's like we have all the seasons behind. So what you're doing right now is you're planning your new future, you're planning your new life, and let the seasons, just like we're not, well, sometimes we do get frustrated, like how long is it going to be winter until it turns, to spring, and then we're frustrated that it's not enough snow or not enough winter, But I don't think that at one point when it's supposed to be winter, we're not pissed that it's not summer, We know that there's a change with seasons, or even like creating a baby, which for some reason got a hold of 9 months, which is not, it's 10. I don't know what happened there, that we keep saying it's 9 months when it's 10. It's 40 weeks plus, So 10 months. We're creating a baby, and not at month 3 are we pissed that this baby is not out yet. We understand the process and the beauty of building this baby before it's going to come out. And it's sort of a bigger message, I feel, from the universe, also saying, okay, you need not just to, because we're so phenomenally genius structured in our bodies, we probably could create a baby in 2 weeks if we wanted to. I think it's such an emotional and mental preparation that we're following this journey. We're connecting in with this emotional body and this mental body of ourselves, and we're preparing for this big task at hand that is going to come in almost a year from now. So if you have that in mind, that you don't get pissed that your manifestation, your new life is not, and I know you're going to start to argue, say, well, I waited a little bit longer than 3 weeks. I waited for 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, and it's not here yet. Well, from your new standard, from your new point, your new place of understanding, let's now begin. It's like let's now begin. You have put in place already what you want. It's not like you're starting over from when you're 5 years old and you're just, what do I want in this world? And you're like just collecting all of this references and information and, you know, about what you like and what you don't like. You got that covered. Like, that is a done deal. We don't have to go through that. But the way you present yourself into this world right now, if you even could think about it as a pregnancy, as this egg, you're co-creating, and this egg will hatch, but it will hatch 10 months from now, or 9 months or 8 months from now, but not in 3 weeks. If you sort of have that image that, yeah, I wouldn't yell if a baby wasn't done in 2 weeks. I can understand that what I'm actually now bringing about into my life, if I give it a pregnancy length, so that you can mentally and emotionally prepare for a completely new life. That's money-wise, that's housewives, what? House-wise, health-wise, soulmate-wise. It's like everything-wise. So there's patience on your part and planning taking place now. To plan it not for a quick fix, but this is your new life now. So give it a pregnancy or two. And the numerology there talks about it. It's time. It's really time for you to start to enjoy what you have created. On an energy plane, it's really time for you to start to move it away now from the blueprint, from the sketch on the piece of paper, from the dream in your mind, into reality. And if you knew for sure that what you're creating, you're going to have the most fun year ahead of you. Okay, I'm going to use that one again. And then we want to clarify the soulmate. That shot out there faster than I. Material harvest. Yeah. It's just a beautiful, I think you've been waiting for this soulmate connection as long as you've been waiting for this other, there's an end of the old here for sure coming into the new, because we have a double new beginning with the 11, a portal situation stepping through that. We have a completion there with the number 10, and we have a number 9, which speaks about endings coming into the new. It's also unconditional love. It's a wish fulfillment, and it's unconditional love. We see the sketch in the back there again. It's like you've had a blueprint for quite some time about what you want, and it's in pink. So it just sort of says to me, this is the romantic blueprint. And it's harvest. It's material harvest. You're going to see this come to fruition. Soulmate is coming to fruition. It's material harvest. I'm going to continue this in the extended version to just go deeper here and see what else I can find. This is such an exciting reading, I feel. You're changing your whole life, Aries. So if you feel like this is your story, you're so welcome to the extended. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, then thank you so much for watching, Aries. Have a beautiful, wherever you are, whatever time frame. And I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.